In the quiet town of Fernwood, where the streetlights cast long shadows and the world seemed to hush after dark, 12-year-old Ben lay awake each night, listening to the sounds outside his window. Since his father's passing, sleep had become a stranger, and the silence of the house pressed in on him like a heavy blanket. His mother, worn thin by grief and work, drifted through the days in a fog, and Ben often felt like a ghost in his own home. It was during these lonely nights that Ben first heard the footsteps, soft, steady, and unmistakably real, pacing just beneath his window. At first, he thought it was his imagination, a trick of the wind or the restless branches of the old oak tree. But the footsteps returned, night after night, always at the same hour, always pausing as if waiting for something. Curiosity and a flicker of fear warred inside him, until one night, unable to bear the mystery any longer, Ben crept out of bed, pulled on his jacket, and slipped quietly into the garden. The moon hung low, silvering the grass and casting everything in a gentle glow. There, beneath his window, stood a scruffy, golden-furred dog, its eyes bright and hopeful, its tail thumping softly against the ground. The dog wore a faded red collar with a tag that glinted in the moonlight. Ben knelt down, his heart pounding, and read the name, Milo. The dog wagged its tail and pressed its nose into Ben's hand, as if they had always known each other. Ben sat with Milo for a long time, stroking his fur and whispering secrets into the night. For the first time in months, the ache in his chest eased, replaced by a quiet sense of companionship. When the sun began to rise, Milo trotted off down the lane, pausing to look back as if inviting Ben to follow. The next day, Ben couldn't stop thinking about Milo. He asked around the neighborhood, but no one seemed to know where the dog had come from. Determined to solve the mystery, Ben examined the tag more closely and found a phone number etched on the back. With trembling hands, he dialed the number, and an old man's voice answered, rough with sleep and sorrow. "Hello." Ben introduced himself and explained about the dog. There was a long pause, then a shaky breath. "Milo was my wife's dog," the man said quietly. "She passed away last winter. Milo ran off soon after. I thought I'd lost him for good." Ben felt a pang of understanding. Loss was something he knew all too well. He arranged to meet the old man, whose name was Mr. Harris, at the park that afternoon. When Milo saw Mr. Harris, he bounded over, tail wagging furiously, and the old man knelt to embrace him, tears streaming down his face. Ben watched the reunion, his own heart swelling with a bittersweet joy. Over cups of tea in Mr. Harris's cozy kitchen, the three of them shared stories of the people they had lost and the memories that lingered. Milo curled up at their feet, content at last. In the weeks that followed, Ben and Mr. Harris became unlikely friends, meeting every evening to walk Milo and talk about everything and nothing. The dog, once a midnight visitor, became a bridge between two lonely souls, helping them find comfort and hope in each other's company. Ben's mother noticed the change in her son, the way he laughed more, the way he slept soundly, the way he seemed lighter, as if a burden had been lifted. And as the seasons turned and the world grew bright again, Ben understood that healing could come in the most unexpected ways: a stray dog, a grieving old man, and the courage to open your heart to new beginnings. As spring arrived in Fernwood, the days grew longer, and the air was filled with the scent of blooming lilacs and the distant hum of lawnmowers. Ben's friendship with Mr. Harris deepened, their evening walks with Milo becoming a cherished ritual. They wandered through the winding streets, sharing stories of the past and dreams for the future. Mr. Harris told Ben about his youth, about the love he had found and lost, about the adventures he and his wife had shared before illness took her away. Ben, in turn, spoke of his father, the fishing trips they had taken, the jokes they had shared, the quiet moments that now felt like treasures. Through these conversations, Ben began to understand that grief was not something to be hidden away, but something to be shared and honored. Milo, ever the faithful companion, seemed to sense their moods, nuzzling close when the memories grew too heavy, bounding ahead when laughter returned. One evening, as the sun set in a blaze of orange and gold, Ben and Mr. Harris sat on a bench overlooking the river, Milo sprawled at their feet. "You know," Mr. Harris said, his voice soft, "sometimes I think the people we've lost send us little gifts, reminders that we're not alone." Ben nodded, feeling the truth of those words deep in his bones. That night, as Ben lay in bed, he listened for the footsteps outside his window. Instead, he heard the gentle snore of Milo, curled up on the rug beside his bed, and the quiet breathing of his mother down the hall. The house no longer felt empty. It was filled with the echoes of love and the promise of new beginnings. In the months that followed, Ben and his mother grew closer, their grief softened by the friendships they had found. Mr. Harris became a regular visitor, his laughter filling the kitchen, his stories weaving new threads into the fabric of their lives. And Milo, the midnight visitor who had brought them all together, remained a constant source of joy and comfort. As the years passed, Ben never forgot the lessons he had learned, the importance of reaching out, the healing power of companionship, and the magic that can be found in the most unexpected places. And whenever he heard footsteps outside his window, he smiled, knowing that every ending is just the beginning of another story.